All right, we're back with another interview for Dusty US from IEM Dallas 2023, and here I'm with xertioN coming off of a big opening win against Fnatic. So you had a monster performance in that opening match against Fnatic. Can you tell me about what went right for you as an individual and sort of how your team enabled you to be successful?
Yeah, well, for me it's maybe too early to say, but I've had a mental mindset shift since we lost in Paris. So, yeah, it's been working for now. I've been a bit more loose when I play the game, which is something is needed for me. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to next games and see if I can keep it up.
And so I wanted to ask you more specifically about that match on Nuke against Fnatic. Of course, Forrest is standing in for Crims, and Crims is a relatively key piece of that Fnatic lineup. Did the fact that you were playing against someone who, who's been out of activity for a while factor in? Like, was there any degree of, targeting or, counter-shredding him specifically?
Not really, at least not from what I know. I think we went ramp a lot, but I think it was just a part of the game plan. We wanted to play against Fnatic, and yeah, I mean, obviously Forrest is an amazing player, and I was laughing about it that this guy, I feel like he doesn't miss, like with his aim, and I mean, even if he plays or not, he's a legend. So yeah, I don't think there was anything specific, but yeah, it was just fun to play, and unfortunate for them that they have to use a stand-in.
Yeah, definitely an unfortunate circumstance for them, but I'm sure you're happy to get the best of one win and continue your run here in Dallas. It goes sort of without saying that I don't think the season has gone necessarily the way that MOUZ Sports wanted it to go. The Katowice, the major, all that hasn't necessarily lived up to the expectations from IM Rio last year. Why do you think MOUZ Sports has struggled so much to find their peak form that we sort of have seen in the past?
To be honest, I'm not too sure. Maybe it was a clash of the way we see things in games sometimes, because I think we started off pretty well and then maybe we went too deep into analysis and just think about everything in the game and all the shots we have, and I think everyone tried to be comfortable, and I think that's pretty difficult to do. But yeah, I think it's hard to pinpoint as well. I think we all have some blame in it in the team. But yeah, the season has not been doing well at all, so I just hope to end it on a good note.
Definitely. And, with that, a lot of people, IM Dallas sort of takes the space of the event right after the major and right before the player break. So a lot of teams are kind of, down on it as an important event in the circuit. But for you guys, it sort of takes on a whole new meaning as you're, looking for your first deep run of the year. How important is it for you guys to make a deep run in Dallas?
I think it's extremely important just to end the season off well, as I said. And I think as well it's important for us for points in the circuit, as you said. And yeah, I just hope we have one deep run and we play well. I just want us to enjoy the games as much as we can, because it was not available for us probably the most of the season because we have been losing a lot. So yeah, I just hope we can get some wins and see where it takes us game by game.
So historically with that, you came from the MOUZ NXT project. A lot of your teammates came from the MOUZ NXT project. It's a very highly lauded academy program. But with that, there's sort of the added pressure of people already looking down at that team for players like YimFat to potentially take over. Has there been any talk about, what the future could hold for this roster based on your results in the opening season of the year? Could we see, any MOUZ NXT players be trialed, after the player break?
I mean, I think it's not my position to say anything. I obviously don't have much idea of what's going on behind the scenes, but yeah, I mean, obviously YimFat is a great talent, and I think he's very good. But yeah, I mean, we just have to see where it takes us, right? And we still have this roster. We're playing IM Dallas with it, and that's the most important thing.
And one last thing. So at the Blast TV Paris Major, we saw Shuhei go make a very deep run at the Major. As a former teammate of his from those MOUZ NXT days, how did that feel to sort of see one of your old colleagues go so deep and do so well at the Paris Major?
I mean, it felt incredible, and he also really deserves it. I think he's a great IGL and a captain. To be honest, it made me pretty happy, even though we lost to them, to see him go so far, because he deserves it. I think he had a bit of a tough road after NXT, and yeah, I'm just really happy to see him rising, because he's a great player, and yeah, I wish him the best of luck.
And we're talking about this roster overall. We're how MOUZ is one of the original international rosters, but now we see international rosters everywhere, whether that's Fnatic, FaZe, OG, so on and so forth. Do you think international teams have sort of taken over as the default strategy for a winning project in Europe?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think it's pretty difficult to now have how do you say it, like 5 same players from same country, because then I feel like you're pretty limited with the players you can get in your team, and I think that's the biggest reason why we have so much international teams, because switching an international player is a bit easier than finding the right piece in a Danish team, for example. So I think that's the big reason why, but also there's a lot of benefits for just being a full lineup from the same country, because, I mean, look at Heroic, for example. I think they have the best team chemistry in Tier 1, and I think that's something that is very hard to do when you're playing in an international team.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for the interview. Enjoy the rest of your tournament run.
Thank you very much.